It's Victoria, and this is Veritas Tarot. Cancer, I'm going to be doing a reading for you today about pivotal moments, those moments in our life when we can take one direction or another, and they tend to be big life changing decisions. Before I start, I simply wanted to say thank you. Thank you for watching this reading and other readings if you have done. Thank you for the likes, the subscribes, the shares and the comments. I've reached over 1,000 subscribers now, and I am so very grateful. I did take a little break for those of you that have been following me, and again I thank you for your patience. I've been settling into our new home and enjoying and spending time here, enjoying the process of moving, would you believe it, and the process of creating the home for myself and my family here. So, but I'm back now. I'm back in the most gorgeous garden room built by a wonderful friend. The energy here is just divine, let's put it that way, and I am looking forward to doing so many readings for you going forward. If this reading resonates, I would be so grateful if you would like, comment, share, subscribe. Thank you so much. It would mean so much to me. If it doesn't resonate, it simply means that it was not for you at this time. There will always be a reading out there for you at exactly the right time, guided by spirit. So my darling, let's move ahead with your reading. I'm going to start with the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot, and I'm just pulling out the major arcanas initially just to see which big life-changing moment, event you are in right now. Then I'm going to be using my lovely Affirmators Tarot, which is a gorgeous, touchy, feely tarot. And then if I'm guided to, I'm going to either pull the Spirit Strong Tarot, which I love, my Animals and Mother Nature Tarot, and I've also got my Light Seers Tarot as well, which I may pull. And lastly, I'm going to be using my Sacred Traveler Oracle deck as well for you at the end. So Cancer, for those that most need to hear it, Spirit, thank you. I want to come out. So my darling, look at this. You've got the Magician. What a wonderful way to start a reading. So the Magician card is about you coming to the understanding that you are creatively, I'm going to use that word, creatively manifesting each and every moment. We don't realize that we are actually all incredible master manifestors. And for the most part, we feel that we are, I'm going to say, at the mercy sometimes of others or situations, or we feel that things that are outside of our control. But we are manifestors. And the mechanics of manifestation are extraordinary because we are doing it consciously or subconsciously all the time. And so when we talk about time, I'm going to talk about the present moment, because the present is a gift. So this present moment, the three tools of creation, the three tools of manifestation are thought and word and deed. And so what you're putting into this present moment then is projected into your future. I hope that makes sense for you. I'm sorry, I have very beautiful mad birds in my garden and I've just fed them. So I think they've come by to say something to me, to say thank you. So whatever you're doing now, thought, word and deed, you're placing that into your future, and you have all the tools that you need. You may be doing some form of again, I'm going to say the word training here, but something that is really pushing you creatively. And I think you're beginning to see how much more capable you are of doing what you are doing than what you thought you were. There has been some self-doubt for you. There has been some procrastination, because I've got the Devil card here now at the bottom of the deck. And the Devil card is a reminder for you about not going chasing after the next big sort of shiny things that comes in. Keep on this path, whatever path you are doing at the moment. So if this is a pivotal moment about you making a decision, whatever path you're on now, my darling, Spirit is saying, keep with it. I just want to show you these two cards side by side for you. You do have some negative blocks in your thinking, and they are keeping you tied to whatever situation or event or something that happened in your life, or a multitude of events that happened, that negative thinking, conditioned mind that of the distorted reality you're giving yourself about you is keeping you blocked from the creative thinking, the master manifester that you actually are. You see, our mind, my darling, our mind only retains and holds information from our life. Okay, so you say, okay, yes, that's fair enough. So it retains and holds information of the experiences and the realities that we have had of our life. But for the most part, because we are so hard on ourselves, it's a distorted reality, the things that we tell ourselves, the things that we feel about ourselves. And so Spirit is saying, in this moment, in this present, in this gifted moment, try and pull the plug on that and try and bring into your mind those things that you write a list of things that you appreciate about yourself. It's so important that you talk to yourself lovingly. It's so important that you see yourself as somebody who deserves the success that you wish for, but you have to feel that you deserve it. So try and pull the plug on all of the negative thinking that you're bringing into this current present situation. And think about that thought, word, and deed, 3 tools of creation. Okay. And the fourth there is that love for you that you have for yourself. Those are what you're placing into the future, my darling. So let's move ahead and see what else is going to come out for you. Then I'm looking here at the judgment card now as well. Thank you, Spirit. You've had a wake-up call. There is a new awareness in you. There is a feeling that a sort of, I'm going to talk about fear, but it's kind of a combination of fear and feeling excited and ready. But there is within you this, there are emotional scars and baggage that you're carrying from previous situations and previous relationships. And I know I'm almost banging on about it, but for whoever this is resonating with, it's time. It's time to let go. It's time to let go of this distorted reality that you've told yourself. And it's time to move forward, trusting that the change that has come in your life has come in for you to move you from one place to another. And with this magician card being here as this master manifester, remembering that we're manifesting all the time, we're creating our reality all the time, and people, events, situations come into our reality. Our soul is guiding us. And the mind gets guided by the soul when you allow it to, when it's not full of those negative, distorted thoughts and words that we tell ourselves. So what do you wish to happen? Write that down. Write down what you want to happen and why you want it to happen. And then the trick is to let go. For the most part, you've still got to chop wood and pour water, but for the most part, let go of your attachment to how it's going to happen and when it's going to happen and who it's going to happen with. So let's move forward with the reading and get a little bit more information for you from Spirit. Thank you, Spirit, for Cancer. Sorry, I'm just going to say, just looking at this card. As above, down below, with the magician card, I just want to show you here, okay? It means that whatever you have been manifesting, whatever you have been wishing for, it's already happened in the 5D. This is the beauty of it. And this is what I want to try and tell you so that you can absorb it into you and really feel it and know it. Is the universe always says yes. So whatever you are wishing for, it's already happened. You just have not seen it yet in the 5D. That's the as above, down below. All the universe is put into the mechanics of the coincidences, the times, the places, everything has to line up in divine timing. And your only job in this, if this is whatever it is you're wanting to manifest, because you're very strongly focused on this, your job is to get on with your day, get on with the present moment, get on with the self-love, the acts of kindness, the thoughts that you have to others, to yourself, is to literally let go of when and how and with who this is going to happen. And you're almost there. I can feel it. You're almost in touch with that clarity. And maybe this is why you've come to this reading today. It's very difficult to let go of somebody. It's a let go, let God. But there is, my darling, a certain extraordinary sense of relief when you do let go, when you do allow things to be outside of your control, when you let go and allow whatever is meant to happen. Because if there is somebody that you do wish back into your life, if they're meant to be in your life, they will come back into your life. If they're not, you're being protected. Because whatever your soul, your instinct is telling you, it's always guiding you for your greatest good, my darling. So let's have a look. Thank you for Cancer. Thank you, Spirit. So that wanted to come out. You have the Eight of Wands. So there is, with the Eight of Wands is lovely because the Wands are, it's a communication card, the Eight of Wands. And I want to show you, it's a communication card here, and it's the unicorn. So for me, this is about, the unicorn obviously is magic. So you are being guided all the time. The universe is giving you signs, synchronicities, what you may call a coincidence, but it's actually God working behind the scenes. It's a God incidence. There are no coincidences. Every time you say something is really weird, it's a God incidence. Trust it, because you're creating all of this. And there is a certain magic to the universe, divine timing. I talk about surprises and delights, and not every day, but I do say, quite a lot actually. I'm sure they get very bored of me up there, but I do say thank you very much for my surprise and delight today. And they never, ever cease to fail me, because I say thank you, not please, because I know it's going to happen. And it's the knowing that is so powerful. So my darling, if you have a knowing, if you're receiving signs, synchronicities, those thoughts of clarity that you just know are true, then you trust in it, my darling, you trust in it. Thank you, Spirit. And there's been some ups and downs for you. And I want you, and I know I say this a lot, but everything happens for us. It doesn't happen to us. And it's how we choose to receive it that is the gift. So now you've got the Two of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups, and on the bottom of the deck, you've got the Eight of Pentacles. So I'm going to talk about the Eight of Pentacles first of all, because this is the overriding energy for these cards that have come out. And where you are right now on your journey, I'm feeling is that you have done, you're working very, very hard at whatever you are doing. And that is the Eight of Pentacles. It's about not just working physically hard or focusing on a career or whatever. It's about the inner work that you've been doing. And the only thing holding you back is this feeling of self-doubt, is this feeling of fear. So again, I'm going to flip it. Turn fear into feeling excited and ready. Because whatever changes are happening, as I said, to take you from where you are now to where you are meant to be going on your life path. Let go of whatever you have been telling yourself or somebody else has been telling you. Let go of the fear of being alone and doing this alone, because you are never alone, my darling, ever. And time spent alone is time spent with your higher self, and time spent with your higher self, your soul, your instinct, is time spent with God, because God is our soul, and that is the piece of divinity within us. I haven't even shown you the card yet, have I? So there we are. This is the Eight of Pentacles. So this is the raccoon. So the raccoon here is it's almost like a judo, yoga, whatever, judo kick. So this is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You've got 6 pentacles up above. I think you've done so much work on yourself, and I think you haven't really realized quite how much. And with this raccoon kicking these 6 pentacles, which is about balance, you've learned to master a certain way of handling what you are doing. And you've sort of, I don't know what a red belt is, but it's a red belt below a red belt's at the beginning, isn't it? And is it a black belt at the end? Tell me in the comments which way I've got it around, or whatever it is, whatever craft, whatever it is that you're doing, my darling, you're doing it very well. And you're beginning to feel a little bit proud of yourself, and you should say to yourself in the mirror, well done for me, for what I'm doing. And at the bottom of your feet there, you've got this 2 of Pentacles. And the reason why they're being very funny, your guides, there's a lot of action, physical action going on here. So maybe this is a lot of whatever physically you're doing as well. But you've got here, and we've got the Olympics happening at this moment in time. You've got the 2 of Pentacles, which is about making a balanced decision. So, and this is Mr. Fox here, okay? So Mr. Fox is known as a master problem solver. I feel that you have never really, you've never allowed yourself to sit in a space of thinking that there is no solution, because there's always a solution for everything. You know, in nature, there's always, you know, an otter that's looking for something. Okay, so an otter, look at the solution they have. Sometimes they use stones to crack open oyster shells. I mean, how extraordinary is that? There's always a solution. They never think, well, there's not going to be a stone around here. They keep looking till they find one. So maybe not a very good analogy, but it's what was given to me and what came to me. So with this, you are having to make a balanced decision, and you are doing it from the right way. You are not, you seem to be able to, I'm just going to show you here again, it's very hard, isn't it, when people sort of put that effort in to lift, well, not that I ever do it, but you know, when you watch them in the Olympics and they're lifting up the weights, and there's a last bit and they sort of stand there and they wobble a little bit. So whatever this decision is, it's caused you a bit of a wobble, and it's been probably much harder for you than you thought to make this decision, but you can do it as long as you make it from a very balanced way. And for me, what that is, because you've got this Queen of Cups I'm about to show you, the only question you need to ask yourself, darling, is what would love do in this situation? Because in essence, all we are is love. So whatever this decision is, you're doing it. You see here, you're standing on one foot there, holding that, you're holding up the weights there. And Mr. Fox, as I go back to it, master problem solver. Master problem solver. So there's always a solution to this. And if you don't have the answer yet, say thank you to your guides, to spirit, to the divine. Just say thank you for the answer coming in at the right time. Because that decision, what's so lovely is that you've been focusing on the balance side of yourself with the 6 of Pentacles here. Where are you? There you go. You've been focusing on the balance side of yourself with the 6 of Pentacles, and you have quite rightly left the 2 Pentacles this decision to make until you've come into balance. Now, you may or may not be aware that you've been doing that, but that's what's been happening. And the experiences that you've created for yourself and the people that have come into your life have helped you get into balance. And Pentacles, as you know, are representation of materialistic stuff, but they're also a representation of the manifestations of our desires. And that's where we go back to the Magician right at the beginning. There is something that you are desiring to happen, but you still have an attachment to something that's blocking it. And it can just be an attachment to negative thoughts surrounding this situation or past situations, that distorted reality. And now you've got the Queen of Cups that's come out, the lovely Queen of Cups. Another sort of magical, mystical figure here. We've had the unicorn and now we've had the mermaid. So this Queen of Cups, okay, so the Queen of Cups is somebody very empathic, very intuitive, because that's our feminine side. And while pages are messages of transitions and messages of transition, and knights and movement, kings and queens are about being. So Spirit is asking you to focus on being in this present moment. I am. I am, two very, very powerful words. What would you put after it at this time? Would you say I am happy? Would you say I am content? I am peaceful. I am love. Or would you say I am sad, I am frustrated, I am angry? Whatever you're projecting, I go back to that present moment, thought, word, and deed, whatever you're projecting out there, you're placing in your future. But it all starts with you, my darling. It all starts with you. And these journeys, these experiences that our soul gives us, because everything is a gift, is in order for our soul to evolve and to remember what it has always known. And I'll go a stage further, to remember that it is part of God. Remember, because our soul knows everything. That's the infinite wisdom, the ancient knowledge, universe wisdom. But it forgets at the moment of creation into this life, because the soul's sole purpose is to evolve and to remember. So with this Queen of Cups, this is for you to focus this time that where you are right now, focus on your self-love. What brings you joy? What brings you happiness? Because the moment you assign somebody else as your source of joy, you're also assigning them as your source of suffering. And there is no event or purpose that has any meaning aside from the meaning that you give it. And so that meaning, that suffering can come from something that did or did not happen. And I'll go another stage further. An event has no meaning aside from the meaning that you give it. That is your thoughts giving it meaning. So when you focus on your self-love, when you focus on your self-care, when you focus on respecting yourself, and one of the ways to do that is to start respecting your intuition, the empathic side of yourself, because that is your soul speaking to you. That is your soul speaking to you. And I know that it has been difficult for you at times, the little sequels there, to sort of balance your emotions at times, but you've done it through sheer will, and so well done. So let's have a look what else has come up. Oh, there we go. There's one at the bottom of the deck for you. That's very lovely. You've got the Three of Cups that's appeared here. So this Three of Cups tells me that whoever you are needing in your life right now, they have come, or they're already coming. And when I'm talking about that, I'm talking about soul family. Those that have come to either give you a message, those that have come for a little longer to help you to remember, to learn, to remember, to evolve. Or those that have been around for a long time or will be around for a long time, but our soul family that we have that instant connection to come in always at exactly the right time for us, and they're there to help and guide us on this journey. And they've all equally gone through their own transformations. They've all gone through their experiences. And the space that they are in right now matches your space energetically, but they are able to talk from their own experiences. So when you are listening to someone talking and it is resonating with you, that is their higher self talking to you, their soul talking to you. Listen, because it's a message from God, because God comes in all forms. Oh, and another one, Eight of Cups. So you walked away from something, and that's, or somebody walked away from you, but I'm feeling that you walked away from someone. No, well, yes and no, it could be different for each and every one of you, because I'm now seeing the moon, and the moon is about secrets, and maybe this took you by surprise. But whatever happened, there was a situation, a relationship where somebody walked away. They are not able to speak at the moment. They're not able to speak. But it is a reminder to you that there is a new cycle coming in now. And this new cycle, because the octopus is a master of adapting and fluidity. I think I keep forgetting to show the cards, but there it is, sorry. So the octopus is a master of adapting and fluidity. And the octopus feels its way around and goes with that natural flow as well. Both of you are in this same space at the moment of looking at what's happened and where you are now and the future. And there isn't any talking happening at the moment, or if there is talking, the truth is not being told. And that's okay, because we are all exactly where we're meant to be. I'm exactly where I'm meant to be now, doing a reading for you, my darling. And if you're listening and it's resonating, you're exactly where you're meant to be. That's how it works. That's the magic of it. And part of the letting go of this resistance that's showing up in the Devil card is accepting where you are right now, accepting it with an understanding that your soul has chosen this moment. You may not know why your soul has chosen this moment, but your soul has chosen this moment for a reason, and it will become clear later. And in accepting this moment and not fighting against it, you feel a moment of peace and relief. And the more you can do that, the more you allow this movement to happen, this adaptation, this fluidity, the universe bringing things in for you, your soul bringing things in for you. So let's see what else Spirit has to say. Well, they've just popped that card on the floor, so I better get it. And it is, look at that. How beautiful is that? This is a completely another deck. Sorry about my noisy chair. Ace of Pentacles. They're wishing, look at that, they're offering you this Ace of Pentacles. And it goes back to that Two of Pentacles and that Eight of Pentacles. You're one step away from starting to see the seeds of your growth. You know, everything grows in the dark. We are born, you know, we are created in the dark. Seeds are grown in the dark. There's so much that happens in the dark. And you can see this has almost been taken out of the soil. It's there ready for you. And all you have to do, and this is a divine gift in divine timing, and it's the cornerstone of where you want to be in your life, that foundation. This is the cornerstone. That Ace of Pentacles will come in for you when you are ready for it. Now you can say the words, I'm ready. That helps bring it in. I'm ready for whatever you want to bring in for me, universe, whatever experience, whatever situation, whatever emotion. And another little thing is, and this is a tricky one, be grateful for everything. Even when you get triggered, even when you're sad, be grateful for it, because it's all part of this evolution that you're going through, and it's all for your greatest good, because we don't grow unless sometimes we're forced to grow. You have to feel with this Ace of Pentacles, though, that you deserve it. And that's where that Queen of Cups is coming in. Thank you, Spirit. What else for Cancer? Okay. Okay, so you've had, I'm going to first of all pull up these two cards. You have gone through heartache, my darling. You have gone through heartache here with the Three of Swords. And you've also got here the Five of Swords as well. So with the Three of Swords and the Five of Swords, the Three of Swords obviously talks about this heartache that you've gone through. And I want you to feel, and I'm going to reiterate that comment that I made about when you assign somebody as that your source of joy, you're also assigning them as your suffering. Have a think about that, and think about what this relationship may have given you in order for you, for where you are now, for the realizations that you've had, for the contrast that you've had from knowing what you don't want to know what you do want, because there's a gift always in everything. There is a gift in everything, and I know at times it's difficult to see that. There's been a lot of toing and froing, I'm seeing here with these little fish here, a lot of toing and froing, maybe with this relationship, maybe with your thoughts, I don't know, but the fish have their eyes closed. So there's been a lot of sort of in the dark, you haven't been quite sure where to go or what to do, and you've sort of gone backwards and forwards, you know, in your mind. And this comes back to that distorted reality, the thoughts that you've been telling yourself about what you deserve, or why has this happened to me? Why have I gone through this? And because of that, with this Five of Swords, my darling, this is the porcupine. You're a bit prickly at times. You kind of have your armor up. Underneath, you're as soft as putty. I mean, you're the Queen of Cups, and you're magical, but you've put up a protective barrier because you don't want to be hurt again. And I understand that. But when you block your heart chakra, you're not allowing what's meant to come in to you to come into you. And with this Five of Swords, I mean, you've got a little bit of a grumpy face there going on. I think you're very suspicious of anybody and everything at this time. And that's okay as well, because as long as when you're in those feelings, you don't just react to those feelings and think, well, I felt that, now I'm just going to put those away in a box and put it away until it comes back out again with somebody else, because that is not observing. So when you have these feelings that are making you feel this way, please try and prod them. Think, where do they come from? Why do I feel this way? Because feelings are what we are given by God to help us process who we are and to remember who we are, that for the soul to remember. So we think it's learning and it's remembering. So, but if you remain in that space, because if you can prod those feelings, understand where they've come from, understand that another may be behaving because of their own issues and feelings about things, have compassion for yourself, have compassion for them, forgive them to give yourself peace. Forgive yourself as well for maybe not knowing what you know now. And that will help you let go. This devil energy will be released. And I want you to think about, again, I'm going to repeat this, what has happened for you because of what you have gone through. Write it down. Write where you are, things that have happened, and how you are feeling because of them, but what that has helped you to understand where you are now. Change is always happening, and change is always happening like a bridge to take us from one place to another, because the moon is here with a little wink. So the moon, my darling, it's rather lovely. The moon talks about it's a bit of a mystery going on at the moment, okay? So it's you're maybe not quite sure what's going to happen. And that's fine, because if we knew where we were going to be, it would take half the enjoyment and the fun and the excitement and the exploration and the discovery out of it. But the moon talks about secrets yet untold. You've got Saturn in here as well. So it talks about manifestations. The moon knows, okay, your soul, that is the goddess of the moon, represents the goddess of the moon, and your soul knows what's happening. Trust in your intuition, trust in your soul speaking to you. There is something coming in for you that you do not know about at this time, or you're not seeing it. So be open to, don't get fixed on one course of action. Because if you get fixed like a blinkered horse on one course of action, you don't see all the adjacent possibilities, opportunities, doorways opening for you off to one side. There is, some of you may be interested in tarot, listening to tarot, reading tarot. That's also what the moon card talks about. But the moon card for me is one of those cards that talks about God incidences, a sliding doors moment, something happening. That's why the moon has a wink. So trust in the divine timing. Trust in this Ace of Pentacles. Whatever it is that you're imagining and wishing for, it's coming, it's being pulled up out of the soil. It's grown enough. It's matured enough. It's got it. It's there. It's coming into your existence. I saw a video the other day, Anthony Hopkins talking class of 2020, and he's very spiritual, and he'd said, and I'm going to try and paraphrase what he said, and it's believe, believe, believe. And if you can't quite believe, play the game of belief. Act as if you believe. That is sheer power. And that is so true, because if you believe something is happening, you are causing it into existence. Belief is incredibly strong. Faith is incredibly strong. When your belief turns to knowing, it's even stronger. When you know something's going to happen, but you allow it to happen in the divine order, divine timing, divine law way, and you don't interfere too much in it. So I think that's really rather lovely. Okay, so what else am I going to pull for you? I think I'm going to, that Light Says Tarot deck. Let me just pull a couple of those, and I'll pull a couple of the Oracle cards, and then we'll wrap it up, Cancer. There we go. They've given me exactly a couple, of course they have. Wow, okay, so you've got the Devil has come out again for you, my darling. So it's just an emphasis on what I was talking about. And you've also got the Six of Swords. And this is very interesting because the Devil here has got the puppet. And I think you are having a real problem at the moment trying to get whomever or whatever those thoughts are out of your head. So I go back to what I said to you, rather than being overcome with all of these thoughts, welcome them in, prod those feelings, ask for the insight, ask for the clarity, say thank you for whatever insights and clarity I'm going to get. Why am I feeling this way? Thank you. Work through your feelings. If you need to talk to people, your soul family have come in to get that insight from them as well. Talk to them. You do not have to do this on your own. And you are not, that the moment you release somebody as your cause of suffering, your source of joy, and you release them as your source of suffering, is the moment you're going to feel so free. Because you've got here the Six of Swords. And the Six of Swords is this change, this movement forward for you. There is a determination in you. You want to release this. I know you do. You want to manifest and create a new beginning. You can do this, my darling. You can do this, but it is a process, and you can't put in a box and put away things. Anything that keeps coming up, it's because you're being asked to look at it, observe it, release it, let it go. But if you don't do that, it's going to keep coming into your reality in a bigger and bigger way. I talk about little slaps in the face around the universe, and then I talk about great big slaps. So, but this Six of Swords is you're determined. You've left, you've got here, it looks to me like a suitcase here. And well done you, because you've left not knowing what was on the horizon, but you knew that you had to do this for your self-love. And that's also why that Queen of Cups has come out. And the mind, body, and spirit. So these are the crows. So the crows here represent, for me here, the keeper of secrets. So your soul was guiding you, your intuition was guiding you, and your mind knew, your mind listened. Whatever experiences you went through, you have made that decision to move forward. And you've left behind whatever the other three, whoever that was, that has gone, but you still have this attachment there. And on the bottom of the deck, you've got the Ace of Cups. This whole journey for you is to think you lost yourself in a relationship. And this journey for you is to find out who you are. Who am I? And to find out how extraordinary you are and how much you deserve everything that you are desiring. There you are, you've got your lovely Ace of Cups there. Again, you've got 2 aces in this reading. So that is beautiful. Let's have a look at the Oracle deck for you. This is the Sacred Traveler Oracle deck. Thank you, Spirit, for Cancer. Mystic Healer. And on the bottom of the deck, you've got Wondrous Universe. Healing energy flows through you. So, and again, you've got here the moon behind, the crescent moon, and you've got the owl there. For me, this is talking about, Mystic Healer, that you have within you all that you need to heal yourself. We all have it within us. We just don't realize that it's there. And the extraordinary courage and bravery it takes to want to shift, want to change, want to accept all sides of yourself and accept all sides of others is an extraordinary, courageous, powerful thing to do. It is empowering. Because to do that, you have to face your fears. To do that, you have to observe all sides of yourself and others. And to come to an understanding and a compassion for yourself and others is how you grow. Because when you release judgment, you heal. And that is a very beautiful thing. Healing energy flows through you. You have done some inner work on yourself, as I've said. You may have had some Reiki healing as well, but you also have within you extraordinary, you've had the mermaid come up and you had the unicorn. So there is something very magical about you, and there is something that the universe or God is asking you to look at. Is this what your life path is about? Is there healing gifts within you? Do you have the extraordinary gift of word? Do you have the gift of music? Do you have the gift of creativity with images? What is it that you resonate with? What is it that people have said to you, or you've thought, oh, that's interesting? Because there is, the owl here represents the ancient wisdom of the soul. And you are, there is something incredibly ethereal. I'm getting the word ethereal, and but it's your vulnerability as well and your openness. So I want you to think about that and look at this now. Wondrous universe, walk in beauty. And there again, for me, this looks like the magician. Allow the universe, allow God, allow your guide spirit, the divine, whatever you want to call him, her, it, allow them to do what they are wishing to do for you. And in order to do that, you have to believe. Seeing is believing? No, believing is seeing. And once you start to see, they get very excited and they start to inundate you with things. I can tell you, my universe is wondrous, and I love my surprise and delights I have. But allow yourself to understand that you are a piece of the universe, like a drop in the ocean, and you have at your disposal all of that ancient wisdom, all of that ancient knowledge, all of that magic. You just have to believe. So come into your own, my darling. Play the game of belief if you don't quite believe it just yet. And maybe tomorrow, wake up and say, thank you, universe, for my surprise and delight, and see what happens. And then let me know in the comments. Thank you, Cancer. Take care. I look forward to doing more readings for you this month. Bye-bye.